Maasai Mara, the kingdom of the lion and the journey to maintain natural balance. Welcome to the Maasai Mara. As the first sun rises over the sea of golden grass, where the sky embraces the earth, this is the genesis of all life and beauty. This land operates on a perfect rhythm, sustained for millions of years. And at the core of that rhythm is the lion. They are not merely simple rulers, but the majestic keepers of the savanna's breath. Their presence establishes the natural order, ensuring every species has its place in the great circle of life. In a place where the sky embraces the earth, light and wind merge into one. Every creature, whether small or mighty, steps into an ancient dance of nature. Here, time moves like the gentle breath of the wind, slowly and peacefully. Maasai Mara is not merely a land, it is the soul of wild Africa. Every sunbeam piercing through the morning mist is like a golden thread, weaving the tapestry of life, where every creature has its place in the great cycle. The savanna wind never rests. It carries the calls of thousands of species, from migratory birds and herds of antelopes to the silent footsteps of the lonely wanderers. In that very breath, one can feel the heartbeat of the entire continent. From above, the Maasai Mara stretches out like an unending canvas. The winding river flows like the bloodline of Mother Earth, interlaced between the green and gold ribbons of grass. Every hue is a narrative, and every gust of wind is a chapter of life. Amidst the immense grasslands, every blade of grass holds a story. This land has witnessed thousands of generations once matured and returned to Mother Earth. The ancient footsteps have faded, yet the message of life endures within every passing breeze. The Mara River flows silently across the savanna, reflecting the sky and the brilliant light. From the grassy banks, creatures large and small come to find sustenance. The water here is the lifeline that nourishes the entire natural world surrounding it. The Maasai Mara does not count time in years and months, but in the succession of wet and dry seasons. Each season is a chapter in the epic symphony of life, written by the wind, the sun, the rain, and the footsteps of countless species. The miracle of nature is present everywhere. A single ray of light piercing the clouds, a dewdrop clinging to a leaf, or a flock of birds changing direction mid-air. All are reminders that nature never ceases to create. In Maasai Mara, the boundary between the earth and the sky seems to melt away. Clouds drift slowly like silken ribbons, casting shadows over the boundless sea of golden grass. Beneath that sky, every creature still walks, blending into the collective rhythm of the planet. The sunrise here does not just awaken the flora, it also stirs the memory of millions of years of evolution. Every bird's song, every gust of wind, serves to remind humankind that they are merely a small part in the Earth's great symphony. The acacia trees stand silent amidst the grassland, like the gatekeepers of time. Beneath their shade, life shelters from the smallest ants to the colossal creatures. All coexist, ensuring this place remains harmonious and balanced. The Maasai Mara is the beating heart of Africa. Every beat is a wet season, and every breath is a dry one. As the years pass, that rhythm continues to echo, reminding humanity that nature does not need to be conquered, it only needs to be listened to. Even in silence, the savanna knows how to tell stories. In the moment the wind stops blowing, one can hear the sound of the earth breathing, the rustle of leaves touching, and the gentle sounds of existence. Those are the melodies of life. The sky of the Maasai Mara is always open, Like the embracing arms of Mother Earth, beneath that canopy, thousands of creatures share water sources, shade, and grasslands. It is a simple lesson in sharing, where no one possesses, but everyone coexists. There is no place where the light changes as miraculously as it does here. It is gentle in the early morning, dazzling at midday, and a warm gold in the afternoon. Each moment paints a different hue of the savanna, leaving observers silent before its unrepeatable beauty. Against the backdrop of golden grass, countless forms move slowly. The elephants, the antelopes, and the sky-dwelling birds all walk to their own rhythm. No one leads the way, yet every creature heads towards the same goal: life and light. Amidst the vast savanna, the zebra herd grazes peacefully. Above, the azure sky stretches endlessly. It is a perfect moment of nature, where all living beings blend into one with no competition or fear remaining, only the stillness of life. The Maasai Mara is not just a place. It is a reminder that the world is still intact somewhere. Here, nature is neither imposed upon nor rushed, but free and pure, beautiful in its own way, that humans can only observe in silence. Amidst the vast savanna, the lion is not merely a symbol of strength. It is the heartbeat of the ecosystem. Their presence helps maintain the natural order, keeping the herbivore population stable and allowing the grasslands to regenerate each season. Lions are the only large cat species that live in prides, a social structure rarely seen in the wild. Every member has a distinct role, sharing responsibilities and protecting one another. It is this very unity that allows them to thrive in this harsh landscape. The male lion's mane is not just a sign of majesty. It also serves a vital biological function. The thick layer of hair protects the neck during conflicts, while simultaneously signaling the individual's superior health and genetic quality. The lion's roar can travel up to 8 kilometers. It is not merely a challenge, but a communication signal, helping the pride locate one another across the vast expanse of the savanna, where sound is the language of survival. The lion's eyes perfectly reflect faint light, allowing them to see clearly even during twilight. A special retinal structure enables them to detect movements that the human eye would struggle to perceive. This is a gift of evolution from nature. The lionesses are the soul of the pride. They cooperate, care for the cubs, and teach them essential survival skills. Without words, their every gesture is a message of bond and unity, the very thing that has helped the species survive for hundreds of thousands of years. When the midday sun beats down upon the savanna, lions seek refuge in the shade. Their bodies are perfectly engineered for this hot, arid environment, boasting an astonishing ability to regulate their body temperature and a surprisingly low need for water. The lion's sandy gold coat is a superb natural camouflage. That color blends seamlessly with the grassland, allowing them to move silently through the landscape. This is evidence of the subtle adaptability brought about by evolution. Male and female lions have distinct roles, yet both hold vital importance in maintaining the balance of the pride. While the male lion guards the territory, the lionesses ensure the flow of life through each new generation. Amidst the boundless expanse, the lion stands silently, gazing towards the horizon. No action or roar is needed. Their very presence brings the land to life. The stillness of this species is a symbol of authority and harmony. Though named the king of the jungle, the lion still depends on other species to survive. From herbs and antelopes to small bees and high-flying vultures, all are interconnected in a biological chain, where every creature has its own row. A healthy pride of lions can keep the populations of antelopes, zebras, and buffaloes in check. Their presence helps prevent overgrazing, allowing the vegetation to thrive and protecting smaller species. This is natural balance. Lions are creatures of light and shadow. They rest during the harsh heat and become active when the weather cools. This biological rhythm helps them conserve energy while avoiding unnecessary conflict with other species. Every lion's roar doesn't just reverberate through the air, it also touches the very ground. That deep, low sound makes the savanna tremble, like a reminder that the presence of this species is truly the heartbeat of nature. Affection within the pride is shown through simple gestures. They rub heads, lick each other's fur, and lie side by side for warmth. This is nature's way of affirming that even in the wild, love remains the most powerful language. Lions are not always hunting or moving. For the majority of the day, they rest and observe. This tranquility shows that the species deeply understands the rhythm of nature, knowing exactly when to act and when to remain silent. The lion's roar echoes far not just to assert its position, but also to maintain connection. In the vast world, that sound is the invisible thread that binds the entire pride, proving that true strength comes from unity, not solitude. The lion's social structure is evidence of superior evolution within the cat family. They know how to cooperate, share resources, and maintain order. This is what makes the lion not only an apex predator, but also a symbol of natural wisdom. The Maasai Mara is not just where lions live. It is the space that helps them fulfill nature's mission. Here, every individual is a component of a marvelous system, where strength and peace coexist in the same breath. Amidst the vast grassland, where the golden sun spills across the earth, a simple story unfolds every day. It is the story of a lion family, where love, protection, and the rhythm of life merge into one, just like the very breath of the savanna. After approximately 4 months of gestation, the mother lion leaves the pride, seeking a secluded spot amidst the tall grass to give birth. The tiny lion cubs are born with their eyes still closed, knowing only to seek warmth from their mother. Every beginning of life starts with that very breath of life. Lion cubs are born weighing less than 2 kilograms, fragile yet full of potential. Their soft, fluffy fur helps them blend into the color of the dry grass, a gift of evolution that helps them hide from natural threats. Right from the moment they open their eyes, they start learning to adapt. During the first few weeks, the mother lion remains constantly by her cub's side. She only leaves for brief periods to hunt for food, returning very quickly. The maternal instinct allows the lioness to hear the smallest call from her cub, even from hundreds of meters away. When the lion cubs are about 2 months old, they begin to toddle after their mother. Their first steps are clumsy but filled with curiosity. The grass sways with every tiny movement, and the world unfolds before their eyes. For the first time, a world that is both vast and gentle. The lioness is the symbol of devotion. While other creatures rely solely on instinct, they nurture their cubs with a rare tenderness and persistence. Every lick of the fur, every glance, is a silent passing down of the maternal instinct. No other large cat species is as bonded as the lion. Within the pride, the lionesses collectively raise and protect each other's cubs. The young are allowed to suckle from any mother in the group, creating a powerful intergenerational bond. As evening falls, the cubs curl up beside their mother, The last rays of sunlight cast a warm glow on their golden fur. Amidst this peaceful scene, no words are needed. With just a gentle breath, maternal love is etched into the rhythm of the savanna's life. Whenever the mother lion leaves, the entire litter falls silent. The cubs lie close together for warmth, their eyes wide open, listening to every sound. Within that waiting is the first lesson in patience and the faith in her return. The pride has no limits of blood relation. Cubs from one generation grow up alongside those from another, forming a solid network of kinship. This is the foundation of lion society, a complex structure, yet one that is full of natural affection. When the cubs get older, they begin to learn through play. Every pounce or chase is a way to practice their observational skills and reflexes. In nature, play is truly the first school of life. The mother lion does not just teach her cubs skills, but also how to coexist harmoniously. They learn when to be silent, when to listen, and when to take a stand. These are the lessons not found in books, but are etched into every cell of their being. A mother lion's love is not just about protection, it is also about trust. When the time is right, they allow their cubs to step out into the world on their own, to discover, stumble, and rise up. For true growth can only come from experience. Amidst the pride, the male lion sometimes also participates in cub care. They allow the young ones to climb on their manes, rub heads, and play. This acceptance demonstrates a deep connection that transcends common survival instincts. Within a pride, the bond is not just between mother and cub, but that of the entire community. When a small lion cub cries out, not only its mother turns back, but the whole pride responds. That spirit of unity is the secret that helps them endure the test of time. Lion cubs grow up quickly. After a year, they are able to follow their mother on long journeys, learning to navigate by scent, sound, and the direction of the wind. Every journey is a lesson, and every step is the continuation of a generation. The lion's life cycle is a meaningful continuum. The young are nurtured with love, and one day they will leave the pride to forge their own story. Within this circle, life never stops. It simply transitions across generations. In nature, there is no true separation. When an aged individual rests beneath the shade out of the acacia tree, the surrounding grass remains green. The nutrients from its body return to the soil, nurturing the grass, and from there, life writes a new chapter. Watching a pride of lions resting in the afternoon sun, one sees not just strength, but also serenity. That is the moment when nature balances itself, when majesty and tenderness coexist in a single form. The maternal love of the lioness is proof that even in the harshest environments, affection remains the most enduring source of energy. It nurtures life, maintains order, and reminds us of the sacred value of nature. From afar, the sky changes color, and clouds heavy with moisture gather. The first raindrop falls onto the dry earth, shattering in a plume of red dust. In just a moment, the atmosphere shifts. The scent of earth, the smell of grass, and the very warmth of life intertwine, awakening the entire savanna after months of drought. Gentle raindrops fall, seeping through every blade of grass, awakening the life that lay dormant. From the cracked earth, tiny streams gradually form, drawing out the cheers of insects, birds, and creatures awaiting the day of rebirth. All of nature seems to breathe a sigh of relief upon touching the new source of light. As the rain gradually fades, the first rays of sunlight pierce through the moist clouds, reflecting on the droplets still suspended in the air, creating a vibrant rainbow. This light is not merely an optical phenomenon, but a symbol of hope and rebirth. After drought and storm, nature returns to its inherent serenity. The droplets still clinging to the grass glisten like 1,000 tiny crystals, reflecting the light of the post-rain sky. The ground brightens, the foliage dons vibrant colors, and the air is filled with the damp fragrance of life. Nature needs no embellishment. Just one rain shower is enough to make the world wondrous. After the rain, the Mara River is brimming with more vitality, reflecting the savanna's dazzling light. All creatures become more beautiful, from the antelopes to the zebra herds, all blending with the green hues and the shimmering water, making the Maasai Mara appear as a vibrant, living canvas of nature. The acacia canopies gently sway in the breeze. Each tiny leaf trembles, welcoming the breath of the sky. On a branch, a bird stands silently, observing the world as if listening to something deeper than any sound. The scene is so tranquil that you can almost feel the heartbeat of the earth. From afar, the lion's roar echoes and slowly fades into the distance. It is not just a sound, but an affirmation that life continues. Every sound, every breeze, every movement is a note in the endless symphony that nature is composing. Night descends slowly. The stars begin to twinkle, reflecting on the still water. In that stillness, there is something sacred, as if the cosmos and the earth are becoming one, turning together in the rhythm of endless existence. The grass gently sways, carrying the scent of damp earth and cool wind. Life continues to move, even when unseen. Every blade of grass and every particle of dust holds the memory of millions of years of evolution, as a reminder that eternity lies not in form, but in unending continuation. In the distance, the antelope herd rests amidst the field. There is no more thundering of hooves, no more chasing. All that remains is the steady breath of serenity. The whole world seems to be inhaling in one rhythm, gentle and profoundly tranquil. The river continues to flow, neither rushing nor stopping. It has witnessed birth and death, carried through the rainy seasons and the scorching sun, yet it maintains its uninterrupted current. In that movement, we see that nature does not require pity. It only asks to be allowed to continue living authentically. The wind sweeps through, making the grass ripple rhythmically like a sea. The scent of earth, the moisture, and the smell of wet grass intermingle. In the faint darkness, nature is still transforming, silently yet powerfully, like the unending heartbeat of the world still resounding. In this place, time seems to melt away. There is no beginning and no end. Everything simply follows on from the next, like the subterranean flow of water, like the endless circle of life, where every conclusion opens up a new beginning. Amidst the vast savanna, where life is constantly in motion, there exists a creature that makes all of nature fall silent: the white lion. Not an ancient legend, but a living testament to evolutionary miracle, a symbol of pure beauty and the hidden strength within the wild world. Its pure white coat is not born of the frost, but from the fiery heart of Africa. When the light touches it, every strand of fur seems to ignite, reflecting a beauty that is both fragile and majestic, making the white lion a living symbol of the miraculous in nature. A white individual stands out like the soul of the savanna, carrying a beauty that transcends all norms. Few know that the gene creating that white color is extremely rare. Yet this very fact makes it a symbol of hope, of life triumphing over death, and of difference prevailing over conformity. And then they give birth to bodies of pristine white, like a miracle being reenacted in the heart of the savanna. In those innocent eyes is the reflection of thousands of years of evolution, the whisper of nature that the miraculous has not yet vanished. Every faltering step it takes is not just a journey of survival, but the continuation of a living legend. A new day dawns. The wind once again carries the scent of grass, the river flows, and the clouds drift. There is no end to life, only the endless rhythm of nature. In that symphony, every creature is a note, together creating the immortal song of the earth. The vast savanna still stretches out like an endless carpet. Every rock and blade of grass holds the imprint of time. Here, nature does not age. It merely changes form. Everything exists in stillness, like an ancient story that continues to resonate in the breath of the wind. The sun rises and sets. The rain comes and goes. The rivers swell and then run dry. Yet, amidst these constant changes, nature is never lost. It simply sheds its skin to continue its journey. That is how the earth sustains life, through change for survival and unending renewal. In the profound stillness, the sound of the wind gently sweeps through, creating a distant resonance. That sound is like the heartbeat of the planet, steady and warm. If we listen long enough, we realize that life lies not only in the sound, but also in the silences between two breaths of wind. The sun emerges over the golden slopes of grass, casting light upon the majestic figure of the lion walking through the early mist. In that glow lies both the history of the savanna and the soul of every creature. The lion is not merely a ruler, but the one who keeps the rhythm of this land's breath. The Maasai Mara wakes up to the sounds of the morning, the singing of birds, the wind's whisper, and the footsteps of predators blend into a natural symphony. At the core of that music, the lion is the sacred drumbeat, symbolizing the power and order of life. Each lion is a part of the grand story that nature writes. They do not live for themselves, but for balance. Thanks to them, the herds of antelope and buffaloes remain healthy. The vegetation is renewed, and the cycle of life is eternally sustained. When the lion walks, the entire savanna listens. Its footsteps are soft, yet full of authority, like the heartbeat of the land. They do not need to hunt to prove their power. Their mere presence is enough to establish order, letting every species know their place in this vast world. In the Maasai Mara evening, the sunset embraces the lion's golden mane. Every strand of hair, every movement reflects the gentle light of the dying sun. That moment is not just beautiful, it is sacred, like a blessing from the heavens and the earth sent to the guardian of the plains. In this harsh land, the lion survives not just through strength, but through perfect adaptation. They understand when to rest, when to hunt, and when to listen to the wind. That wisdom has allowed the species to persist for thousands of generations, maintaining its place in nature. More than just a symbol of strength, the lion is also an emblem of unity. The entire pride shares food, protects the young, and safeguards their territory. In their world, true power lies not in the claws and teeth, but in the spirit of solidarity and absolute loyalty. As dusk falls, the lion's roar echoes far, reverberating across the vast plains. It is not a challenge, but the call of life, an affirmation that nature is still at work, and that this land still holds the wild spirits that keep the earth's pulse. The lion does not live to dominate, but to maintain order. When one lion falls, countless other creatures benefit from its demise. Its body nourishes the earth feeds the plants, and the plants sustain all living things. That life cycle is so perfect that no link in the chain is meaningless. In the peaceful setting, the lion cubs play around their mother. Those clumsy steps and curious eyes are the beginning of a long journey. They grow up under tutelage, in love, and in the pride of being born in a place where life constantly challenges and nurtures. Every lion carries within it the breath of its ancestors. They are the descendants of generations past, a symbol of unyielding strength. Looking into their eyes, we see the image of Africa, wild yet full of order and wisdom. The lion is not just a symbol of strength, but also a testament to the perfect balance between power and control. It knows when to act, when to rest, and when to let the wind decide. In that silence lies the true mettle of the wild. In the Maasai Mara, when the lion roars, the herds fall silent. But that is not fear, it is acknowledgement. Nature has chosen it as the symbol of order. Its presence is not meant to dominate, but to remind us that every creature has its own role in the great circle of life. Amidst the savanna's stillness, the male lion rests beside his cubs. The warm light falls upon his mane, creating a scene that is both majestic and serene. There is no need for a hunt or a display of strength. That moment is enough to prove that life can also be magnificent in its silent moments. Every breath of the lion is a part of the rhythm of the Maasai Mara. When it inhales, the heavens and the earth also seem to breathe with it. When it lies down, the wind slows. Its presence makes nature feel complete, like an indispensable soul in the body of the earth. When a lion passes, the land it once inhabited still retains its footprints. The wind blows through, the grass regrows, yet that spirit lingers, merging with the earth and the sky. Death is not an end, but a return, a sacred offering to nature. From afar, the lion's roar echoes, mingled with the sounds of the wind and the rustling gressa. That sound is not merely a symbol of strength, it is the heartbeat of the Maasai Mara. Every roar is an affirmation that this place is still alive, still breathing, and still belongs to the authentic wild. The lion is a symbol of strength, but that power is only truly meaningful when it is integrated into nature. Without nature, there is no lion. And when the lion disappears, nature loses a part of its soul. To preserve them is to preserve the heartbeat of the earth. When the sun dips behind the slopes of grass, the sound of the wind and the lion's roar become one. The Maasai Mara returns to its age-old rhythm. In that place, every creature is a part of an eternal symphony, and the lion is the most sacred note of life. Throughout the challenging years of its youth, the lion learned to listen to the wind's voice, understand the jungle's breath, and recognize its place in the vast world. Now, it has matured, standing firm on its own feet, no longer seeking shelter, but becoming the source of strength that nurtures the entire savanna. Upon reaching maturity, the lion is no longer an impulsive predator, but the awakened soul of the savanna. In every step there is pride, and in its gaze there is understanding. It has learned to be silent in the wind, listening to the very heartbeat of the land to which it belongs. Amidst the immense space of the Maasai Mara, the adult lion bears the beauty of stillness. The light grazes its thick mane as if touching a symbol of authority. It needs to prove nothing, for its mere presence is enough to make nature bow in acknowledgement. Maturity teaches the lion that not every battle requires a roar. Sometimes merely silent observation is enough to understand. Every gaze, every movement it makes, is a perfect balance between strength, instinct, and the wisdom of nature. When they roar, it is not a threat, but a declaration of life. That sound travels far across the sea of grass, awakening every heartbeat of the savanna, a reminder that the breath of the Great Spirit still remains in this place. In the still early morning, the adult lion stands on a high mound, its gaze fixed on the hazy horizon in the mist. In that moment, it is no longer a traveler seeking a place to belong, but has become one with the land, with the wind, and with the endless heartbeat of the savanna. Its strength lies not in its claws, but in its serenity amidst all changes. It has learned to live with the savanna, respecting both the weak and the strong, for it understands that every living creature contributes to the continuation of life. Amidst the sea of grass, the lion silently observes the passing antelope herd. It is no longer the gaze of a predator, but the gaze of one who understands. In that moment, life and tranquility merge, creating the perfect beauty of nature. Now, as the wind sweeps through the Maasai Mara, the lion's mane gently sways like a dance of the earth and sky. It needs not dominate nor prove anything, simply to fully exist in the moment. For true greatness sometimes comes from profound stillness. Since leaving the pride, the young lion began a journey to find its own new territory. Every step is a challenge, every night a lesson. The vast savanna is no longer a playground, but the real world, where it must learn to listen, adapt, and survive. Alone amidst the vast expanse, the lion feels the breath of the earth and sky more clearly than ever. The wind carries the scent of new grass, the sound of insects, and the fragrance of life. In that silence, it understands that solitude is also a part of growing up. The savanna is not easy, but neither is it cruel. It only demands patience. The young lion has understood that true strength comes from composure, not speed. From the first wind of the season to the last rain of summer, everything taught it how to be resilient. In the Maasai Mara savanna, the lion is not merely an individual, but a symbol. When it reaches maturity, its name is etched into the legend of the Big Five, the five great spirits of Africa. This is not solely due to its strength, but because of its role in keeping the wild world constantly in balance. The Big Five is not just a title for the strong, it is a tribute to the species that have traversed thousands of years alongside nature. The lion enters this rank as a king without a crown, where every roar is an affirmation of life's enduring existence. Under the African sun, the lion strides amongst the herds of buffalo, elephants, rhinos, and leopards. They are not rivals, but symbols sharing the heritage of this continent. The Big Five is not just five species. They are five heartbeats forming the very soul of Africa. When the wind sweeps through the sea of grass, the lion's mane flies like a flim of time. It represents not only power, but also wisdom and stillness. Becoming a part of the Big Five, it carries the responsibility of preserving the eternal soul of Africa. The lion's journey does not conclude with victory, but with the acknowledgement of nature. In the legend of the Big Five, it is not the leader, but the keeper of the land's heartbeat. For when the lion's roar echoes, all of Africa seems to awaken. Amidst the Maasai Mara, where life harmonizes in every breath of wind, the lion is not just a symbol of strength, but the soul of the ecosystem. Every individual protected is a link preserved, helping the cycle of nature to continue operating fully and harmoniously. When we protect the lion, we are not just saving a species, but preserving an entire world that relies on them. The presence of the lion keeps the herd stable, the savanna fresh, and the flow of life unbroken. That is how nature keeps its own heartbeat. The Maasai Mara is not just the lion's homeland. It is a testament to the sacred bond between humanity and nature. When people choose conservation over exploitation, the lion's roar still echoes, a reminder that life is still in continuum. Every lion born is a new hope for the savanna. They teach us that existence is not just about survival, but about knowing how to harmonize. Conservation is not about preserving an image, but about keeping the soul of an Africa that is still breathing with nature. The Maasai Mara, a kingdom of lions and a journey to preserve natural balance. Here, every creature is a link in the eternal circle of life, and the lion is the soul that leads the rhythm of the savanna's breath. Conserving them is not just about protecting a species, but about safeguarding the symphony of life, the sacred heritage that the earth has entrusted to all beings.